The focus of our organization is really simply to encourage, promote, and educate around the Jewish tradition of charitable works and charitable contributions. We're doing basically 4 types of businesses. We're developing philanthropy through encouraging people to contribute charitable funds, helping to administer all these different funds that are created by all these different entities, providing philanthropy education. And then we are also working with both those individuals, families, and organizations in terms of making effective and impactful grants and distributions from the funds that are at the foundation. My hope for the future of the foundation really isn't different from my hope for philanthropy in general, and that is that we do an effective job of encouraging and promoting philanthropy among the next generation of givers and volunteers in our community, while at the same time recognizing and giving them space to make it their own.
We chose the Kansas City PD to collaborate with because we knew that they could reach people we would never meet. We knew that they already had an efficient system, they were trained, they were willing, we knew the officers had huge hearts. And as far as the school, we thought, wow, there are generations that have gone without the basics. There are so many people that over the years, they never had access to hygiene products, and it impacted them. It impacted their ability to get a job. It impacted their education. And so we thought, if we can help the next generation receive the products that they need so that they can be bold and proud and strengthen Kansas City, that's a win for everybody.
Giving Basics approached us and asked us if we wanted to partner a little bit over 5 years ago. And of course, law enforcement by nature reinforce law. But really, the individuals who work in this capacity in law enforcement, really you want to help people. You want to help people to be able to manage themselves and take care of themselves and be responsible for themselves. And a lot of times when they don't have the basic needs, they're looking for other avenues to support that basic need. And if we can help, we were very successful in that process. So we were approached, and it has been extremely successful.
I did speak with one of our nurses at one of our elementary schools, and she was telling me prior to students receiving these packages, students were embarrassed. Sometimes they would sit in the back of the room, they wouldn't participate. After receiving the packages, you saw a much more confident student, a student that didn't have fear of raising his or her hand. And then also it just helps create this sense of belonging, that you are a part of the learning environment. And so we're extremely thankful of this partnership with Giving the Basics. It's just simple things that can go a long, long way in helping us to develop our young scholars.
David Renz has affected so many lives in this region, especially if you're involved in the not-for-profit community. Obviously, the students that he taught, who've gone on to run not-for-profit agencies, folks that he's taught that's got involved in government work, that fingerprint is everywhere. The Midwest Center's tagline is building healthier communities through nonprofit leadership. And that's really what it's about, helping organizations be stronger and more effective and sustainable, helping the individuals who are leading them be effective in doing what they're doing, and along the way, growing the next generation of talent, because we're in this for the long run. It's about making differences in communities, whether it's at the local level and the individual level of serving individual clients in neighborhoods, or a very large scale where you're serving entire communities, or even advocacy around the country, things like that. The power of one is an interesting slogan. The real significance of that observation is that it's up to us, it's up to each of us to do what we can to bring our talents, our gifts, our abilities, and to not wait for others to just step ahead. We have to bring others along, but it's going to start when we take it forward. And frankly, it might not start if we don't.